In this video, we're going to look into a background removal tool called RMBG 2.0. If you guys didn't know, I use this type of tools all the time, and it's usually cost me a pretty penny to remove the background. That's how I typically create my thumbnails. And having this type of tool can be really, really helpful for me. And I thought some people may want to remove some information from a picture to create a data set of some sort. So I believe this tool can be very, very interesting to look at. Now, if you guys didn't know, background removal tool is nothing new. It's been available on the open source for a very, very long time. This is one of the more popular open source repositories for removing background. And as we can see from this picture, it does actually remove a lot of different stuff and giving us the focused information from a picture. Now, although this looks great, but typically from my experience, when I've used this tool, it kind of disappointed me because it usually includes like small fragments of picture that are still available, even though it removed most of the background, but still keeps a few things here and there. It's not always perfect. And recently, some really smart people came up with a better way to train a model. Now they've used something called a BREFnet architecture and trained it in a much better way with about 15,000 datasets of high quality, high resolution, manually labeled dataset to train this model. Now they've provided the distribution of what are the different types of things and objects they use to train the model. They've used 45% for objects only, people and objects with animals, people only, text only, animals only, and many others. They've also had various categories of non-photorealistic and various other categories they've used to mix and match and train the model. So hopefully this will give us a much better representation of the images when we remove the background. These are some examples of that. So for example, the normal BREFnet removes aspects of the picture and removes some very crucial information, such as the table. This is another version that they trained, and it still includes a decent amount, but it's still not perfect. But over here, it is much, much better in these pictures. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to use this tool, but also compare it with this specific tool as well to see whether or not it performs any well. Now, by the way, I make similar videos like these on LLMs, machine learning, and other data science tools. So please feel free to subscribe. Over here, I have a Google Colab instance. We're going to install some packages first of all. Once we've installed the packages, we're going to import some packages that we need. So Matplotlib, Torch, Torch Vision, and Transformers. We're going to load our model. Make sure you guys have Hugging Face token in your environment. So I'm going to enable that over here. And for our picture, we're going to download a picture. So I'm going to quickly show you guys what the picture looks like. So this is the picture that we are going to use to remove the background and hopefully get a really clean shot of the actual car. This, by the way, is one of my dream cars. It is a Ford Mustang 2025 GTD edition. Okay, so over here it is complaining about I don't have an NVIDIA driver installed, so I have to check this again. Okay, so I've loaded the model after I've loaded the A100 GPU. I actually had a CPU-based instance running, but now I have a GPU over here. And now we can download our image. We're going to pass it on over here on the image path. And also I'm going to show you guys how the image looks like over here. So here is the actual image, which we're going to use to remove the background. And now let's actually do that magic. We're going to import the image from PIL, configure some data settings. You can set the image size of your liking. We're going to open the image and pass it through the model and do prediction and save the image in this file named NoBG image. We can run that. Should take around a few seconds. And now we can display it. And there we go. Here we have our Mustang GT without the background. And as we can see, it looks very, very crisp with the background removed. It's actually looking very, very well and high quality. Now, let's actually compare with the RMBG, which is from one of the more popular repositories, and see how it compares. So same procedure, same image. In this case, we are going to install Onyx Runtime and REMBG, which is the package that we're going to use. I'm just going to name this standard RMBG. And now we're simply going to pass in the input image path, which we had already over here, and then pass it through the model from that package. We're going to save the output and then display it again. Now, one thing that I'm noticing is that it is taking surprisingly a long time to get the output from this model compared to the previous one, which took only a matter of seconds. Now, I do want to mention that we are using a GPU instance with 40 gigabytes and it's only taking 4.8 gigabytes, but still it's not really generating that quickly. And there we go. Here is the final product. Here we have our Mustang, but as we can see, the background is not really completely removed over here, which doesn't look that polished. And also the spoiler over here is completely vanished compared to the previous one, which looks way, way crispier. All right, guys, that's a quick video on how to use the RMBG 2.0, which is a BREFnet model. I hope you found this video insightful. If you guys did, please feel free to subscribe. I make similar videos like these, and I will provide the notebook in the description down below. Alright guys, hope to see you in my next video. Have a nice day.